Imagine you're living in a quiet, ancient village far away from the chaos of empires, warlords, or even written history. One night, strange lights dance across the sky. The elders whisper, "The watchers have come." The air becomes thick with something unnatural. And soon after, the villagers begin to notice that some among them, ordinary people, can suddenly call the rain, speak in unknown tongues, or brew potions that heal or harm. This isn't the stuff of fantasy novels. This is the origin story of witchcraft according to one of the most mysterious and forbidden theories ever proposed, the fallen angels theory. Let's unravel this chilling and controversial narrative, one that stretches back thousands of years, hidden within sacred texts, banned scriptures, and ancient mythologies. We're going deep into the theory that witchcraft didn't just evolve from herbalism or tribal rituals, but was taught directly to humans by beings who were never meant to interfere with mankind, fallen angels. The roots of this theory come primarily from a mysterious ancient text known as the Book of Enoch. It's not included in the standard Bible, but was once considered sacred by early Jewish and Christian sections. In it, we learn about a group of angels called the Watchers or the Grigori. These were heavenly beings tasked with observing humanity. But according to the story, they did far more than just watch. The Watchers descended to earth and took human women as wives. From these unnatural unions came the Nephilim, giant, monstrous offspring who corrupted the earth with violence and chaos. But here's where it gets truly unsettling. These fallen angels didn't just create hybrid children. They gave humanity knowledge that was never meant for them. The Watchers taught humans the secrets of the heavens and the earth. They taught men how to forge weapons and women how to use makeup to seduce. But it goes deeper. They also taught sorcery, astrology, enchantments, root cutting, and the knowledge of the moon and stars, not for science or wonder, but for manipulation and control. This is where, according to the fallen angels theory, witchcraft was truly born. So instead of witchcraft being the result of trial and error plant use, this theory suggests it was a gift, or rather a curse, from divine rebels. These angels weren't teaching for good. They were arming humanity with forbidden power. In other words, witchcraft is not man-made. It's the legacy of rebellion against heaven itself. Now, pause and think about this for a moment. What if all the ancient gods, goddesses, and mysterious spirits worshipped by early civilizations were just interpretations of these powerful beings? In Sumerian myth, the Anunnaki descended from the sky and gave humans advanced knowledge. In Greek myth, Prometheus stole fire, a symbol of knowledge, from the gods and gave it to man. In nearly every ancient culture, there's a pattern, divine beings coming down, breaking rules, and enlightening humanity. But at what cost? Back to witchcraft. If these teachings came from beings with superior intelligence and divine origins, it makes sense why early civilizations revered magic with both and terror. A spell wasn't just superstition. It was invoking ancient knowledge, maybe even contacting a presence that shouldn't be disturbed. And when early religious leaders discovered this, panic spread. The Hebrew Bible mentions sorcerers, mediums, and necromancers multiple times, always in the context of abomination. Why? Because their practices could be seen as tapping into a spiritual realm outside God's permission. In the book of Deuteronomy, God explicitly warns against those who practice divination or cast spells. It wasn't just about superstition, it was a warning against reawakening the knowledge once passed down by the Watchers. Jump forward to the medieval period and the echoes of this theory are still there. The Catholic Church launched brutal inquisitions not just because of political threats, but out of a genuine fear of dark supernatural powers. The Malleus Maleficarum, or the Hammer of Witches, published in 1487, argued that witches were in league with demons. But what if they weren't exactly demons, but descendants of, or in contact with, the original Watchers? Even today, practitioners of witchcraft, especially in its darker forms, use rituals, symbols, and languages that can be traced back to ancient Mesopotamia, Babylon, Egypt, and even older sites like Göbekli Tepe. It's as if the fingerprints of these ancient teachers never disappeared, they just went underground. And here's where things get weirder. In some occult traditions, this connection is made directly. Aleister Crowley, the infamous British occultist, claimed contact with a being named Aiwass who gave him a magical book filled with cryptic instructions. The being he drew later looked shockingly like the modern gray alien. Crowley believed he was communicating with higher intelligences, possibly the same ones that taught ancient magic. Let's return to the Book of Enoch for a moment. After their betrayal, the Watchers were chained in the depths of the earth in a place called Dudiel. But their knowledge didn't die. The Nephilim, their hybrid children, taught it to others. When the flood came, the one told in almost every major culture's mythology, it was meant to wipe the earth clean of this contamination. But the teachings survived. Hidden in secret sects, preserved in coded texts, passed from generation to generation. Alchemy, astrology, spirit summoning, hexes, potions. It's all just fragments of that original, forbidden download. But why would angels betray heaven just to teach humans? That's the million-dollar question. Some theories say it was lust, for women, for power, for control. Others believe the Watchers pitted humanity and wanted to level the playing field. But if their true motives were compassionate, why was their knowledge so dangerous, so destructive? Now consider this. What if the ultimate goal was to corrupt humanity from within? By introducing tools of power too early, tools humanity couldn't yet control, they could ensure our downfall. It's the equivalent of giving nuclear weapons to children. The result? Chaos, war, pride, rebellion, a fractured world. And maybe, just maybe, they're still watching, still whispering, still offering secret knowledge to those bold or foolish enough to listen. This theory also explains why so many cultures tried to destroy witches. It wasn't just about religion or control, it was fear. Fear that these practitioners had real access to powers beyond human comprehension. Fear that they could summon the Ancient Ones. Fear that the Watchers' influence was rising again. And yet, witchcraft didn't disappear. It evolved. From ancient spell books to modern witchcraft communities, the practices survived. Today, people call themselves Wiccans, hedge witches, or spiritual healers. Most are peaceful, connected to nature, and far removed from any demonic association. But even in the gentlest rituals, some symbols, chants, and practices are rooted in that ancient origin. Let's go one layer deeper. Many conspiracy theorists believe secret societies still hold this ancient knowledge hidden away from the public. The Freemasons, the Illuminati, even parts of the Vatican. The idea is that behind locked doors, these groups are preserving the forbidden teachings, waiting for the right time to unleash them again. True or not, the belief persists, because people feel that power, real power, is being kept from them. And history has shown that whenever people feel powerless, they turn to the old ways. If it came from angels who fell from grace, then yes, its roots are in rebellion. Maybe the Watchers were tricksters, smiling while they lit the world on fire. Either way, witchcraft as we know it, spells, summoning, curses, and charms, might not be a human invention. It may be the lingering echo of a divine war, a war between angels and their creator. And in the middle of it all, us, left with the remnants of a knowledge so powerful it nearly destroyed the world once, and could do it again. So the next time someone dismisses witchcraft as fairy tales or old folklore, remember, some stories are older than time, and some secrets are never meant to be unearthed. Would you dare open that book? Would you speak the names of the Watchers? Would you summon the fire from the sky? Because according to this theory, it's not just fantasy. It's ancient, it's real, and it's waiting.